Hi everybody. I'm sorry I look like crap, but it's late. But I just had some stuff on my mind. I just got done watching the show Eli Stone. It's inspired me, I suppose. We'll say yes, it's inspired me. The character Eli is a ruthless, power-hungry lawyer who starts seeing visions, mostly involving George Michael. He considers them hallucinations. There's so much that's tied up in this show, but he sees these hallucinations where George Michael appears and sings, and Eli gets so caught up in it, and everybody sees him and they think he's crazy. Of course, it is suggested to him by a family friend that these are not hallucinations, that these are visions from God, and that he has been chosen as a prophet, and because like a lot of these hallucinations lead him to take on cases he normally wouldn't. Cases that have nothing to do with money, that have to do with doing the right thing and bringing justice for people. He waffles back and forth, believing that they're visions or just thinking that they're hallucinations caused by a brain aneurysm that he has. At the end of the season, he comes to the decision of having the aneurysm taken out, and he wants his life to go back to normal. Okay, so in this last episode, he is defending a man whose wife is trying to have him declared incompetent because the man has cancer and has been through chemotherapy twice, and the cancer has not gone away, and he has chosen to live out the rest of his life without the chemo, but to be able to live his life, to enjoy his life and not be sick, and she wants him to keep fighting. Eli is having the same kind of pull. He doesn't really understand why the man doesn't want to fight for his life, but then again, he also sees that, it's kind of, it's his choice, because Eli's going in for the surgery, and he's made the decision to have a DNR drawn up, and I've got lots of different thoughts flitting around in my head from this show. One, this man claims that God spoke to him and said, "Put your life in my hands. You don't need to do the chemotherapy. Let me take care of you." For this man, the way he felt that God spoke to him was a sense of peace, a calmness, a weight lifted off of him, and he believes it was divine. Everybody else says, "No, you're crazy." And Eli, of course, is fascinated by this because that's not what happens with him. He sees dragons, he sees George Michael, he sees airplanes, he sees earthquakes, and it's always big and catastrophic to him. And everybody around Eli has said, these are hallucinations, they are not visions, you are not an instrument of God, this is crazy stuff brought on by the aneurysm. But my question, I suppose, is who's to say how God speaks to people? It would probably have to be different for everybody, I would imagine, depending on what that individual is most likely to listen to. For the cancer man, it was the sense of peace. For Eli, he needed to be hit upside the head to get the idea, to get the picture, to be led in the direction he needed to go. Why do we always say that people who think that God has spoken to them, why do we always think that they're crazy? Because it hasn't happened to us? Because we don't know it personally? I suppose. But my mind is kind of opened a little bit to be more accepting of that kind of thing. Not that I know a lot of people that claim that they've spoken to God, but why not? Why isn't it possible? Another thing is, for this man, he had everything he thought he always wanted. He had the beautiful wife, big house, kids, fancy cars, great job, but the job kept him from enjoying the life that he had built. He didn't get to spend time with his family because he was working so much. Once he got the cancer, he was able to enjoy his family, enjoy his life. So to him, the cancer was kind of a blessing. For Eli, he thought that his life was great the way it was before he found out about the aneurysm, before he started having these visions. And over the course of the season, I guess, because it's a TV show, but he changed. He became more human. He became more attuned to the human condition and caring about other people. Having a brain aneurysm would be a bad thing, but it kind of changed his life for the better. So that leads me again to things happen for a reason. Although we can't see them, it's not for us to see. It's a faith issue, I suppose. Although something seems terrible and horrible at the time, there's a reason for it. It is leading us to something bigger and better, something more that we're supposed to do, leading us in the direction we need to go that we can't see for ourselves, maybe. I have a good friend who is losing her job that she loves, in a town that she loves. She doesn't want to move again. She's a teacher. She's made great relationships from having this job, but she's very depressed, very frustrated about losing this job. And my comment to her was, I'm really sorry, and I know this is hard for you, but there's someplace else you're meant to be. There's something else you're supposed to be doing. There's something better waiting for you. I believe that wholeheartedly, that something seems like a horrible situation at the time, but we can't see the big picture. We don't know what's coming. I see it all the time, and I just believe more and more that there is a purpose for each and every one of us. I believe that there is, there's a reason for everything. Everything that seems like such a bad thing at the time, there's something down the road. There's a reason that it happened. And I'm sorry if this seems really weird. I mean, I'm not a religious person. I consider myself a spiritual person. And I just was really inspired by this episode tonight. I don't know, it just really got me thinking and really made me believe that there's, we are led in the direction we're meant to go. Even if we can't see where that is, we can't see the reason for it, somebody's looking out for us. Somebody's telling us, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. You need to be doing this. I don't know. This is rambling and probably pretty incoherent and very out of character for me, I'm sure. But I just had to get it off my chest, I suppose. I really... That's why I'm sitting on the floor in my bathroom, because it's the only place with good light. If anybody can expand on what I'm trying to say, or any of the ideas that I've thrown out there, I would love to start a dialogue. I'm always willing to discuss and debate. Just don't get pissy with me, because that's no fun and I won't answer. So, thanks for listening to my crap. Bye.